Okay, it says it's setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. So hopefully, I think we're live now. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hey, everyone. This is Audra Upchurch. And boy, I got to tell you, we had some serious technical difficulties getting this live going today. So it's got to be a good one. It's got to be a good one, all the difficulty we had getting it going. But I'm so excited to hang out with you guys today and introduce you, I guess maybe reintroduce you to one of my co-authors from my last bestseller, Unchain, My Legacy. And I must say, this particular co-author, from the moment she signed up to be a part of the project, just really hit the ground running. And it's no surprise to me the success that she's having. One thing I will say about her is that she's an action taker. And if you know me, you know I love action takers, right? Because hashtag action takers win. I'm telling you, action takers win. And that's one thing I just truly love about her. You know, I may not comment on every single post she does or Facebook Live or podcast that she has because she's killing it. But I sit back and I watch and I get so excited because I think to myself, had I not taken the chance and gone out there and did a second anthology, this woman maybe wouldn't be in some of the places she's in now, because she has taken this experience and she has just launched with it. And, you know, I don't know who's watching who may be a visionary author, but when you're planning out your book project, you're thinking beyond the moment of just the book. You're really thinking about what your authors are going to do with it. And you're imagining how they're going to take it and how they're going to run with it. And anything that I could have ever imagined, Ann is doing it. She's doing it and she's doing it well. So it is my pleasure to bring before you guys today the amazing, fantastic Ann Dillard, co-author of Unchain, My Legacy. Welcome to the broadcast, Ann.
Hey, Audra. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Well, I'm glad to have you. So go ahead and tell the viewers a little bit about who you are and a little bit about your experience as an author in Unchain, My Legacy.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Ann Dillard, Amazon #1 best-selling author, thanks to the great Audra R Upchurch and Unchain, My Legacy. I had the privilege of participating in this amazing experience. I always call it an experience. Yes, it was a book project, but most of all, it was an amazing experience for me. Let me back up a little bit. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm licensed in Minnesota and also in Georgia. And I work primarily with teens and healing the relationship, the mother-daughter relationship. That is at the core of what I do. And you know, the reason why I focus in that area is because most of the teens that I've worked with in all my years as a clinician, their #1 challenge inadvertently goes right back to mother issues, right? And so that seemed like the natural course of action to take. So when I decided to join the anthology by introduction of Black Therapist Rock, I was so excited and purposeful in writing about myself as I'm writing about my clients, because I wrote about my experience as a 13-year-old. And then I moved forward to talk about my experience as a mom, mothering my daughter, and what that looked like. So thank you, Audra, for that opportunity to really unchain my legacy. Not just in words, but in deeds.
Well, first of all, thank you again for being an action taker. And matter of fact, you open up the book, right? The first chapter of Unchain, My Legacy is Ann's chapter. And if you haven't grabbed the copy, that's the right girl. See, Ann's ready. See, that's the action taker I'm talking about.
Yes, chapter #1.
Yeah, so she opens it up. And if you know anything about the Unchain, My Legacy authors, those ladies are so tight. They call themselves the 12.
The
So
12.
if you ever see hashtag the 12, it's these ladies.
That's right.
And, in Ann's chapter, she really hit on some points that for me were so impactful because my relationship with my daughter was broken for such a long time. And it's truly the catalyst behind me wanting to do this particular anthology, Unchain My Legacy. As we've really worked hard, and both of us, and I give my daughter, my baby girl, some props here, Alyssa Lorraine. We both have worked at building our relationship and owning our trash. Owning our trash. I don't even want to say stuff because stuff is too pretty. We had to own our trash. And through that, we are now building such an amazing foundation. In Ann's chapter in the back, she has some amazing tips and awareness keys, right? Is that the term you use? Awareness keys.
Yes.
For anyone that's struggling that I think you guys will really take hold to. So if you don't have Unchain My Legacy, you can grab a copy from Ann and get it personally signed at ann.unchainmylegacy.com. So if any of the 12 are watching, please scribe in the comments. Ann's website, ann.unchainmylegacy.com. So the viewers can grab a personalized copy from her. And trust me, you'll thank me later.
Yes. Audra, I'm so grateful for you and your vision for this book, because this is something I've wanted to do, but didn't know how to go about doing it. And so this is a great catalyst. And since the book has come out, I can't tell you the number of people who've contacted me to say, hey, I'm doing this with my children. One of my friends, she called in tears. She's like, I have to look at my own stuff. Another one said, I called all my sons and I've apologized to them for the things that I've done that I didn't know I was doing. Right. And so I can't thank you enough for this opportunity.
Well, you are very welcome. And matter of fact, let me pause here for a moment as well. I want to ask you, Ann, if we can backtrack, what made you decide to be a part of this project? I know you heard about it through Black Therapist Rock. Shout out to BTR.
Yes.
But what made you decide to sign on a dotted line and be a part of this movement?
Well, my decision was multifaceted. One, for the primary one was to have a way to propel me to really work on this, because I wanted to. And I know that if I committed to the anthology, then I have to deliver.
Right.
Right? And I had to deliver on time, right? So that's
a plug at my arranger talent, y'all. I stick to the deadlines.
I just sticks to the deadline, right? And so I had to do it. And so this was a huge accountability factor for me.
Yes.
And then the other piece was also from a business perspective, thinking about how this and the other stories that's in this book, how it can heal my audience, my population, my clients, right? And how building on this, it doesn't become just another piece for the mantle or for the bookshelf. It becomes a living, breathing tool. And it becomes that because I wrote it from the perspective of the clients that I serve.
Wow.
And so that it's living and breathing all over.
Oof, I got chills. And it's exciting. In Unchain My Legacy, we had 4 therapists that were co-authors in the book project. And that really means a lot to me, because as someone who is a huge supporter of therapy, I believe in it all day. Hopefully you guys that are watching believe in it too. And I know how it's changed my life. And there have been many times that I've visited therapists and they've referred books. Well, have you read this book and have you checked out this book? So to have you in a position that you can refer something that you have blood, sweat, and tears invested in, that you know the integrity of the writers and can understand the impact that it'll have on your clients. For me, that's just, it's so encouraging to continue doing the work that I'm doing. Matter of fact, for you guys that are watching, we're going to have another book. We have actually 2 more books coming out, right?
Yes.
Fiercely Speaking, which is the next anthology releasing, and we'll be doing Unchain Me Mama Volume 2 again. So if you're interested in being a part of either one of those projects, just let me know in the comments you're interested and I'll circle back around and we can talk about it.
Right.
Because these book projects are a movement. They are life-changing.
Yes.
Families are being healed. People are having uncomfortable conversations that they have swept under the carpet for years, for decades, and finally addressing the root of what's been keeping their family disconnected. And I'm gonna tell you something, when your family life is not right, I don't care how glorious your business is. I don't care how amazing your job is. I don't care about that 6-figure income that you're trying to get and go after. None of it is going to mean anything if at the end of the day, when you go home and you lay your head down, you don't have peace where you rest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Audra, can I just tell you a brief story?
Oh, sure.
This past week, I celebrated my 50th birthday. And the only thing I really wanted was for my children to be with me for my 50th birthday. And usually, you know, there's tension and I'm on edge and I'm like, I better not do this. And sometimes I get extra, right? And so I was with my daughter and I can't tell you the amount of times she said to me, I'm so glad you decided to unchain your legacy. I'm so glad you decided to unchain your legacy. And I just had to laugh because it allowed the work. This was my first time seeing her since the book.
I love it.
And so the work has allowed us to open up that space where we can be ourselves and I can stop hiding, yes. Right? And I can stop putting stuff and projecting my own fears on her. And so it was just such a wonderful experience. I mean, how do you pay for that?
You can't. You know, for those that are watching and who have known me for a long time, and maybe those that even haven't, my daughter and I, our relationship was just in the toilet for so long. So when I hear things like that, it just really moves me because people will talk about daddy issues all day long, okay? But when it comes to addressing mommy issues, nobody wants to do it. They're too afraid to touch it. You know, oh, that's disrespectful. Oh, I can't admit what's going on at home with my mom. And we teach our daughters to put on this mask and this face and pretend that this relationship is so amazing when it's not.
Exactly.
And if we don't start having these conversations and addressing these mommy issues, which means mommy, I'm talking to you.
Yes.
We got to admit we're wrong. Mm-hmm. Stop making excuses. Oh, I did the best I could. Mm-hmm. And own the decisions we've made. Yes. So I'm going to show Unchain Me Mama. This is the first book that I released. And in this, my daughter wrote the foreword.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell you, she ain't singing my praises. You have to know who you are to allow your child to write the foreword of your book. Yes. Especially when you know your relationship has been troubled. But I thought it was important to do that. One, to show up transparent for you guys, to be real with you guys, to not try to play like my life is something that is not, okay? And I figured if we laid it out before you guys, if my daughter was able to say, no, I ain't always like my mom. And then I can turn around and say, I know I wasn't always a good mom.
Right.
That I didn't always know how to love my daughter the way she deserved. That I wasn't the type of mom that listened to really hear her experience, right? If I could own my stuff and then she could openly talk about what she was feeling, if you guys could see that, then maybe you could believe it's something that you can address and do. And that maybe you would believe that healing would be an option for you. Yes. And that's why I'm so excited for what Ann is doing. She has a movement. I love my daughter, but.
Exactly. Right.
And I love that movement that she's spearheading because it's so needed, Ann. It's so needed. And I thank you for being brave. I thank you for being brave and just moving forward and really impacting that mother-daughter relationship. You are going to change so many lives.
Thank you, Audra. Thank you. And if I could just speak to the mothers out there, sometimes we get afraid and we think that if we accept that we made mistakes as a mother, that's all that we are. And that's not all. That's just a part of what you are or who you are. There's so many other great things that I did as a mother, and me accepting that I made some huge mistakes does not take away from those great things. But first, I had to accept that I did make some mistakes, and those mistakes directly impacted my daughter and how the trajectory of her life.
You gotta own it.
Yeah.
You can't fix what you don't want to face.
That's it.
You can't fix it if you don't face it. So you've got to start with owning it. And actually, it's for Unchain Your Mama Volume 2. I'm so excited that we're doing it again. Yeah. That's one of the things we're going to talk about is the process of forgiveness. The process of forgiveness. See, in the first Unchain Your Mama, we talked about our healing and our restoration. But for some folks, to get to the healing and restoration part is so far-fetched for them because they can't even get to the forgiveness part. And if you can't forgive, you can't heal.
That's right.
If you can't forgive, you can't heal. Somebody put that in the comments. If you can't forgive, you can't heal. And that's why I'm so excited about Unchain Your Mama Volume 2, because this forgiveness key, this is so vital. And what forgiveness looks like for me is not going to be the same for someone else.
That's it.
Our forgiveness journey is individual. Forgiveness for me might not mean we still connect. It might not mean we talk every week.
That's right.
So anyway, and let the viewers know what's going on next with you, especially with I Love My Daughter, but let the viewers know what you got going on.
Well, we've got lots of good stuff coming up. We have the I Love My Daughter But movement, which includes a workshop that's coming up, and I'll post more information about that. It includes a survey, a mothering style survey that's coming out next week. So if you're curious about your mothering style and what you say and what your daughter says about your mothering style, you want to stay tuned for that. And we have a journal coming out because, Audra, what I've realized is that people have a hard time just going to the repair. They have to work through the process. And so this is what this I Love My Daughter But journal will take you through, working through the process. And then the other thing that's coming out with that is a membership group where you can, a subscription program where you can stay more closely connected with me and walk through this and with other mothers who are on the similar journey. So there is just so much coming up because you know what? If you don't repair it, you will repeat it.
Boom!
I love that.
Can somebody tweet that? If you don't repair it,
you will
repeat it. And that's generational, y'all.
That's it.
If you don't repair it, you will repeat it. Can we quote Ann on that? I love
Somebody said, I found it from somebody.
Okay, now, let's give the right person their props. All right.
Yes.
Love that.
Don't repair it, you will repeat it. And this, we hide behind this and call it generational curses, but it's patterns that we keep repeating. And I want you to know that you have the power to break those patterns. So follow me, join me so that I can walk you through, and I'm still breaking.
So what you're saying, Ann, it's not curses, it's choices.
Now that's a hashtag right there.
Boom, and I made that up. So I'm taking the credit for that.
It's not curses, it's choices.
Yeah, because that's giving your power away to say, oh, it's a generational curse. Like you have no control over what's happening to you. We have control over what's happening to us. We can make decisions. We can decide that the buck stops here, that though everybody else in my family did this, I won't.
That's it.
So we can make a new choice.
That's it. It's not curses, it's choices. And you have control over how, if you continue to pass that on, or you say, enough, not on my watch.
Yeah. And speaking of passing it on, I hope by now you guys have shared this broadcast, because this right here, this is going to help somebody heal.
That's right.
This is going to help somebody live.
That's right.
This is going to help somebody forgive. So go ahead and share this out. Before we go, Ann, let the viewers know, what is the best way for them to keep in touch with you? Because I know they're going to want to keep in touch with you, because I love you and I can't get enough of you. I know they can't either.
Oh my gosh. And the sentiments are just the same on this end, Audra. I love you. The best way to keep in touch with me is by my website. It's simple, www.anndillard.com. And on my website, you can make an appointment for a free consultation, right? So if you are inspired by something you hear or you want to learn more, just go on my website, get on my calendar and make an appointment. Or I'm on Facebook, Ann Dillard. Simple. Ann Dillard, no E in Ann, A-N-N, no E.
Got it. AnnDillard.com. Make sure you connect with her on her website, connect with her here on Facebook, and also grab a copy of Unchain My Legacy at ann.unchainmylegacy.com. She'll sign it for you, make it all pretty, because that's how Ann just does everything with excellence. And that's one of the things I love so much about you. And I am just grateful and thankful that we will be connected in this anthology for the rest of our lives. You will always be a part of my family. And I thank you for being such a gracious co-author and just being an amazing therapist. And most importantly, a loving mother that we can look at as an example. Thank you guys for watching. And any final words before we end this broadcast?
Just a reminder, if you don't repair it, you will repeat it. I'll teach you how.
All righty. Thank you guys for watching, and remember to share this broadcast out, and we'll be back shortly with another one of our co-authors. So stay tuned to my page. We'll see you in a bit.
Thanks, Audra. Love you.
Bye.